Dream Vision, the 1st of December 2022, the final speech, the final warning. Greetings and trust you are well. This is a clear dream vision I had last night. As mentioned, I had been praying now since the 17th of October for a dream vision, but nothing. I was beginning to get concerned about it, since it felt like a complete stillness. I had been praying and praying but nothing. Last night I did not pray for a dream vision but had one, so this is what has been brewing and what I have been waiting for. I had been exhausted the past few days with projects and work which I had embarked on since July 2019 when I was told to go down a specific path. Little did I know that the path would push me to the extremes mentally, and perhaps this is why I had to go down this road in order to see so many of these dream visions. Last night on the Wednesday of the 30th of November, I had the dream vision which is posted under the comment section, which I will include in the upcoming video on world events. You can read that on the previous channel's page. It is about the Rand losing value and also some Southwest Asian nation that is secretly preparing for war. It is an island nation from what I saw. This dream vision from the Thursday 1st of December 2022 is very telling, and while I was in the dream mode, I was in and out of consciousness. The dream vision also woke me up earlier than usual. While dreaming, I was aware and awake to the fact that I was witnessing a dream vision. The dream vision. I am traveling around the world, every scene unfolded where I appeared in a different country from New York to Tokyo. This tells us that what is mentioned will be discussed around the world. Before me I see a screen, on giant television screens like the ones you see in Times Square and major cities where they're having things playing. I believe the screen represents that it will be big news. Before me on the screen, I see President Putin of Russia. He is giving a speech. I cannot hear what he is saying, but it is a close-up shot of his face. His camera is focusing on his face, which seems large on the screen. Throughout the world, I see President Putin speaking. This is a significant speech, hence why it is shown throughout the world. It will be something of significance. The words which he uses and says will cause everyone to listen. Then I am transported to a secret underground military base. It is in Britain. Before me, I see the floor is clean. It looks laminate. Then I see weapons, new, the latest state-of-the-art weapons. This represents the Western military bloc. I see new smaller nuclear weapons the size of small football, about 48 of them in a crate. The crate where they are packed looked like how you would find avocados in a box, where each avocado fits into the mold in the box to prevent them from rolling around. I see one larger sized nuclear weapon on the right of me. That one is larger but not massive. Then I see even newer weapons which I have not seen, but I knew they were state-of-the-art. It is interesting, while walking in this room during the dream, as I passed these weapons I saw what looked like a sheen to them. Like when you walk past a puddle of water and the light hits the water and reflects or creates some sheen or reflection, so it was with these weapons. When I walked past them under this poorly lit base, what light there was, when it hit these weapons it created a sheen on them. If you tried to walk back to get the sheen, the glare or reflection again, you would have to walk past them at a certain angle. It is as if they had been wiped down with beeswax or grease. Remember the seer mentioned in the future when he saw them unpacking those crates that the goodies had grease on them. I often in my mind wondered if this was thick car grease, but since this dream from this morning, I am convinced the grease is simply wiped down with an oil that gives it the appearance of being greased or having beeswax rubbed on them. Then after this speech, this is the final speech. I see rockets fly across Europe into different European lands. When you see this speech from Putin, whatever he says that causes this speech to be beamed around the world, you should take it seriously, because after this speech there is not much time. Notice how this dream has come about just 30 days before the timeline dream vision. I saw rockets fly from Russia towards Britain. After this speech it begins. I do not know how much longer or how much time there is after this speech that we have before they begin flying over borders in Europe. While in half-awake dream mode, the dream vision from July 2019 appeared to me where I was told in 8 months' time the century of bondage comes undone and our chains will hit the ground. Which took place in March. I discussed in that dream vision how I was told specific things for my personal life. This has been fulfilled. Since it was during this time that all these dream visions have been put up. Make sure you are stocked up and prepared because when this speech takes place, it is the final speech before the war breaks out. It might be that President Putin gives his final warning and issues a new and final red line. When you hear these words, what he says that is spoken around the world, it will be time to flee Europe. The main cities in most countries, since the disruptions it will cause will have a ripple effect throughout the world. This is the final speech before Europe. Western Europe comes under attack. I pray for peace and pray for peace among the nations. I cannot tell you how soon after the speech this will take place, but take heed that after the speech, when you hear these words, this is the final warning. The final straw, because I saw missiles flying in all directions, mainly towards Western Europe, and these new weapons I saw were to annihilate and not simply fight a conventional war. They were secret weapons, powerful deadly weapons intended to cause mass annihilation. Remember in 2021 the dream vision where I saw then Prime Minister Boris Johnson putting on military gear and I heard the words POWs when I asked what does POWs mean. The word came to me Polish weapons. We saw this dream vision literally fulfilled with Boris Johnson putting on military gear and also Poland getting weapons. I saw at that stage they were preparing for a war, but a conventional war. This time the war has escalated to the point where what the seer said, total annihilation. Where they are going to try and do everything to wipe each other out. May our nation prepare now, the electricity issues are picking up. Make sure you have cash on you in safe places where the criminals cannot get it. The word must go out to warn the people. Should the power go out, it will be very dangerous, which is an understatement. Combined with this speech and things unfolding in Europe, the people need to wake up now. I will make a video later in the week about a vision that I had, as well as discuss world events in these final 30 days before the end of the year. May the Almighty guide you, bless you and protect you. May the Most High be with the nation in these dark days. May we once more bend the knee and turn our backs on the world. Prepare now, lots of things taking place. Storms are brewing on the horizons in many countries. Before I finish up here, I was not going to put this in the video. I only am adding it since I was looking for a film background for this video, and while looking on YouTube I was recommended a video, and the video was about Ramaphosa address to the nation. By the time the video goes up, I am not sure what will be said or if will have been said yet. On Monday, the 28th of November 2022, after praying in the morning, I began to meditate and pray for a vision. Then out of the blue this vision appeared to me with the words, I see it is Ramaphosa, and the words come to me, that Ramaphosa is the most dangerous leader Africa has ever had. As I hear these words and it the words Africa, I am shown the entire African continent. Then before me appears Robert Mugabe speaking behind a podium. The screen splits in two, on the right is Mugabe, on the left is Ramaphosa. I am then shown that Mugabe was an angry man, but Ramaphosa is a cunning, sneaky man. It is easy to predict the outcome of an angry man, but a cunning, sly man poses the greatest threat. I was shown that Ramaphosa is not only the most dangerous president we have ever had, but that he is the most dangerous president Africa has ever had, before me also while seeing this. Remember, this was in a flash, a split second when I saw this. In this split of a split second of seeing this, I asked the question. I made a comparison between Ramaphosa and Idi Amin of Uganda, and I was shown, the vision is literal. This is the most dangerous, calculating leader Africa has ever had. He does things only to fatten his own pockets, and he is clever and sly. Since the one dream vision showed me he vanished from the Cape, he vanished like the fog. That was, I believe, from 2019 or 2020. And then the seer said we would be ruled by a parasite, one that does not do anything but leech off of us, providing nothing. In my mind, I could be incorrect and wrong, but in line with the vision, in line with the dream vision, the words of the seer. The actions of Ramaphosa led me to believe and conclude that he is the parasite the seer mentioned. Zuma was easy to calculate, you knew what he was about. Mbeki was who he was, Mandela was who he was, but this one, Zuma, was predictable, but this one he is cunning, sly, which makes him the most dangerous leader Africa has ever had. With his smooth speech, his smooth words, people believe and trust him, but deep down inside he is the most cunning, dangerous, sly leader Africa has ever had. Time will tell with this one. As mentioned, I put this here in the last minute just prior to recording this, simply because I see we are due a speech from Ramaphosa. What he says will be interesting. God bless, take care, get prepared, and make sure you are stocked up on the essentials.